Good afternoon, happy Tuesday, and welcome to Coffee and a Card. So I am Holly with Handcrafted Blessings, and I come to you every Tuesday afternoon with a Facebook Live where I open some happy mail, which means I show off your creativity in the cards you've been making, and then I also make a card. And so today we're going to do that. We're going to feature two different stamp sets. I've got Heartfelt Hexagon and Heartfelt Hellos. So those are the two that we'll be working with today. So welcome as you're coming on here. I am going to start with some happy mail that has come. And let's see here. Try to think. Actually, I have one announcement. I just remembered, and I should post the pictures too. So on February 1st, there are some new online exclusives coming out for Demonstrator pre-order. Now, I tell you that knowing that many of you are not demonstrators, but I want you to know because the new products that are coming out, if you decide to join my team and create a starter kit, meaning you pick all your products, then you can actually add some of these new online exclusives to your starter kit. So after this video, I'll share a flyer that gives you a little sneak peek into some of those new products that are coming on Thursday. And if you decide you want to join my team, oh my gosh, there's so many fun specials happening right now. And you can get the new product in your kit. So just want to make sure that I say that. And then all of the new online exclusives will be available to everybody on March, I think it's 4th. I don't think it's the 1st. I think it's the 4th. Something like that. So I'll get all that correct info posted for you guys. So let's get started with some happy mail. So if you're new here, happy mail is what I call it when you guys send me a card. So a bunch of cards arrived yesterday, but I wasn't home to check my mail, so that's why I'm just opening them today. So Karen, I see your note. Most likely your card did arrive yesterday. I didn't get to check my mail before my live last night, so I'm opening them all today. So the first one is from Karen Wennekamp in Iowa here. It says, Happy New Year. What a cute little mouse and mitten. Oh, her note just fell out, but it says hello on the inside. Okay, I got to keep the note with it here, because I always go back and read your messages later. Okay, the next one is from, let me see if I can find a name on here. Margaret Ortigo. And sorry, there's like stuff falling out of these. So this one's from Margaret Ortigo, and she's from Louisiana. Isn't that cute with the vases? I like that. And then her note here is separate, so you can see there. But look at that look at that front flap. So with the dies, cutting your front flap and putting that in the middle, that is so cute. I love that. Very fun. And this is part of why I show off your creativity with the cards that you send me, because I learn from you guys, and I love that part, that we can continually be learning from each other about card making. Okay, next I have one from Brenda Taylor in Minnesota. It says, Happy birthday. And here we go. Wishing you a very happy birthday. That's a really cute card with the lavender there on the front. I like that. Okay, the next one comes from Karen Dixon from here in Iowa. And it says, oh, that's cute. It says, happy stinking birthday. I love those flowers in the background. That is so cute. So that is adorable. Our next card is from Dorothy Spillman in Minnesota. It says, hello. I love this paper. I don't remember what pack that's from, but I love that designer series paper. So, and the stamp says, hope you have the best birthday. So, all right. Yes, there's a bunch of gorgeous cards, you guys. I really like them. Okay, this one is from Nancy Kelly in Michigan. Says, happy birthday. What a fun layout. I've never seen that done before. That's really cool. And then she's got her message there on the inside. But I really like that. I like the way she's overlaid the different patterns. So, very cool. Let's see here. Patricia Settle from Indiana. And it says, happy birthday. And, oh, it's a belly band. Let's see if I can take this off while still holding it. So it's a belly band. So this slides off the front of the card. And then, here we go. It opens, oh, there we go. Now I can keep it in camera. So it opens that way. There we go. Sometimes it's hard to figure them out like in midair when I'm trying to hold them up and show them to you guys. But that's a really fun card. Oh, thank you for the birthday wishes. I appreciate it. I think Josh and I are going to go out tonight and celebrate, so that'll be fun. And this card is from, let's see, it doesn't have a name. Let's see. Liz. It's from Liz Craig in Minnesota. And it says, happy birthday. I like the glittery part. That's really fun. And then her message was on a separate note that fell out, but that is a fun card. Okay, I'm going to set these aside. I actually have one more card to show you, but I'm going to do it. I actually showed this card yesterday, but I figured it out. So I'm going to put my camera down so that I can show you. I couldn't show this yesterday on the live because I was having trouble with holding it up in midair and trying to figure out this window blind card because I've never seen this before. So this card was from Vesta Streeb. And so holding it up in midair, there was just no way I could pull these strings. But when I set it down and pull them, then you pull up the window blind and you can see the inside of the card. So I thought that was super cute because I loved how the ribbon was weaved through the designer series paper. But I just wanted to show you that that is how that window shade worked. So, okay. So I had to follow up and show that one again. So for today's card, well, let me just say thank you. Thank you for all the cards and the birthday wishes. I felt very celebrated yesterday with all the love you guys showed through cards. So thank you so much. That was very, very kind of you. Okay. So I am going to adjust this just a little bit so I can, all right, there we go. So these are the two stamp sets that we're going to work with today. So Heartfelt Hexagon. This one is, I think this might be an online exclusive. I can't remember, but you'll find it online. It says Heartfelt Hexagon. And then in the current celebration catalog, oh, and I should say this coordinates with the Heartfelt Hexagon Punch. And then in celebration, they brought out Heartfelt Hellos. And so all of these different sentiments fit in the same punch. So I'm going to combine the two today, and we're going to use stamps from both, and then we'll also use the punch. So I will set this here, and we will start with our color combination. So I'm going to be using Basic White, Lost Lagoon, and Pretty Peacock. And this designer series paper comes from the Poetic Expressions paper pack. So you can see I've got these Lost Lagoon and Pretty Peacock here on the front, and then we've got the wild wheat flowers on the back. Okay, so let me start with finding my, oh, here we go. I had to find my cheat sheet post-it note over here. Let me just make sure. So we'll start with our card base, which is 5.5 by 8.5. And I'm going to grab my trimmer, and I am going to score it at 4 1/4. So we'll score that. And then we're going to need a piece of Lost Lagoon that is 4 by 5 1/4. And I already have this in my scrap bin, so I don't have to cut it, but that's 4 by 5 1/4. My pretty peacock, I need this to be 2 1/4 by 4. So 2 1/4 by 4. Let's see here. Since I'm working with scraps, I always have to kind of look both ways and see what we can do to make it fit in the scrap that I have. So that's 2 1/4 by 4, which then means, what is thens? Which then means I need a piece of Designer Series paper that is 2 by 4. So we will cut off 2 inches here. And then I'll do 4 inches. So 2 by 4. And there we have our piece. I think that's all the cutting I need right this second. So we'll do that. So I'm going to take that Lost Lagoon piece of paper and we are going to emboss it. And we're going to use the Layered Florals 3D embossing folder. And I just think this embossing folder is absolutely stunning. So I've been really enjoying using it. Again, it's called the Layered Florals 3D embossing folder. So I like to use the line that's here on each side of the logo to put my piece of cardstock, because that way I know my design will be straight. Now in this particular design, I don't know that it really matters, but it's just kind of habit. So we'll grab our machine and I'll be using plate number 1 and then I'll be using plate number 4. That's what we need for 3D embossing folders. Now we put our embossing folder in spine first because we don't want it to break. And if you do the open side first, there's a good chance you might break your embossing folder. Okay, take that back off. And now I have this gorgeous embossed piece of paper. Look at that. Isn't that just beautiful? I love it so much. Okay, so we will take this embossed piece now and we're going to layer the Pretty Peacock and the Designer Series paper on top of it. So I'll start with my Designer Series paper and I will add that to my Pretty Peacock. And of course, these are the same length pieces. So it's going to go end to end. And then I can take both of those layers and put them on my embossed paper. So put that right there in the middle. I'll make sure and kind of burnish it down because it's so detailed or deeply embossed. I want to make sure that that cardstock is going to stick really well. And then we'll take that entire thing and we will add adhesive to it. Now, of course, I do all 4 sides. Anytime I have 3D emboss something, I will do all 4 sides so that it will stick down nice and flat. So put that here on the front flap. There we go. Okay, so now let's do a little bit of stamping. I'm going to turn this over because I'm going to stamp on the inside of my card base. So I'll start with Lost Lagoon. And I'm going to stamp Sending You Lots of Love and Hugs. So this stamp comes from the Heartfelt Hexagon. So the, let me show you here the difference. The Heartfelt Hellos is a cling stamp set, and the Heartfelt Hexagon is a photopolymer set. So that's how I can quickly know the difference between my stamps. So we got sending you lots of love and hugs. And we'll close that. Crease it down really well with our bone folder. And I'll set that aside here, and I will grab a scrap piece of white paper. So for this one, I'm going to start with Pretty Peacock. We'll still need our Lost Lagoon, so I'm going to leave that open here. And I'm going to stamp my outline on my scrap piece of white paper. And then we will take our same color, Pretty Peacock, but now I'm going to switch to that Heartfelt Hello stamp set, and I'm going to use the stamp Hello, and I'm going to put that right in the middle. And then I'm done with Pretty Peacock, so I will go ahead and close that. I like to say safety first, friends. Closing ink pads so we don't put our hands in them. Now, there's this little detail stamp that comes in the Heartfelt Hexagon, and I'm going to use Lost Lagoon, and I'm just going to stamp this little detail twice. So first at the bottom, and then again at the top, just like that. So we can close our ink pad. And I will grab my Heartfelt Hexagon punch. And I'll center it here inside my punch. Okay, there we go. So I've got it centered inside of there. So I can punch that piece out. And let me make sure I've got my opening on the right side. Yes, I do. Okay. So a couple things we're going to do here. I am going to use the, what is this called? Pretty Peacock in Gold metallic ribbon. And I'm going to want a piece that I can fold in half. Let's see if I can fold this in half here. And it's just going to go kind of at a diagonal like this, and I think, oh, you know what? That's actually probably about the right length. So I'll just take my snips and snip that at an angle. Add a little bit of adhesive here to the middle of my card so that I can set that ribbon down. Not too worried about this adhesive in the middle of the card because I'm going to be covering it up with our hello tag, but that lets me put the ribbon down. And then I'll dimensionalize my hello tag. So we can cover up that exposed adhesive that's in the middle of our card. Right there. Last but not least, I'm going to pull out my favorite embellishments, which are the Petal Pink and Pretty Peacock foiled gems. This is, oh, you guys, this is probably the third or fourth pack of these I've gone through. I just adore these embellishments. So I'm going to put them on the little detailed spot that I have. Don't mean to cover it up as I'm doing it. But I'm just going to put one top and bottom here. And then I think I'll grab a large one and I'll put it inside the flower that's down here. So I can have my odd number of embellishments. And so here we've got our Heartfelt Hexagon and Hellos stamped card. So what's fun about this is if you forget the hello for a second. If you think about before I added this white piece, I should have said this before I added the white piece. This particular layout, the layout, the pieces that I have chosen are very neutral in terms of what occasion you might want to use it for. So then with your hexagon, with these two stamp sets, you've got Love You More, Enjoy Your Day. You can do an Easter card, Mother's Day, Sympathy. There's a birthday stamp. You could make it a wedding card. So you could turn this vertical and make it a wedding card. I hope your day is filled with joy. There is a different outline that you could use. And then, you know, the flowers and such that you could, instead of using the design I did, you know, you could switch it up. So what I'm saying is you could make a whole bunch of the base card minus the white piece. And then as you need it, you pull it out and you stamp your hexagon to add on with the occasion that you need. So my goal with this layout was to show you something that's really versatile across different occasions. And if you substituted the designer series paper and embossing, you could even use the like Dad, You're the Best. Like if you used maybe the Tool designer series paper here, that would be really fun. So hopefully that gives you an idea for a real versatile card idea that you can use. You could make a whole bunch of these, and because I chose 2x4 for this piece of designer series paper, it lets you really maximize your sheets of DSP, because you can get a lot out of one sheet of paper. I think it's like 18, I think, out of a 12x12, something like that. So just a real fun layout idea that could be used across multiple occasions. So, well, thanks so much for tuning in to Coffee and a Card for today. I hope you enjoyed it. And don't forget to encourage one another and build each other up. I'll see you soon.